Hey,
Welcome
it's
back,
your
everybody.
boy.
Welcome back to the Call It Quits podcast. I'm your host, Pinky. Alongside today, we have my man Juju and P2, 3v3. You know, 3 out of 3, man, for the Call It
Feel
Quits
me?
football edition of the
I
Call It
am.
Quits podcast, episode 2, football preview rundown of the offseason, man. This is going to be a good and full packed episode here today. We got 2 new guests, two guys that you're going to be seeing consistently on this podcast. I want to bring it off to them and let them know like that how they get in the football, you know what I'm saying, who they are, and this is going to be guys that you guys are seeing for frequently, like Mitchell we do for wrestling, so I want them to have their little time here. So P2, we'll start off with you.
Yo.
How did you get in? How are you, man?
Feel me? I'm doing great, bro. How you been doing, bro? Feel
Shit,
me?
man. Same day, different shit, bro. You know, different
All
day,
right.
same
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
Same shit, same
So.
different toilet. Let's say that, man. But
All right. So.
yeah, can't
I got
really.
into football.
Yeah, how did you get into football, man? How did you get into football? Is there any other life things like maybe like a motivational? Maybe you could tell the people like things you probably went through. You know what I'm saying? Or like
Okay.
or just like
Yeah.
how did you get into football? Like what was your ways of getting into football and just who are you, man? That is
All
what
right.
we want to
So.
know.
So they call me P2, bro. My real name, feel me, Steven, bro. Steven, but feel me, they call me P2. I go by P2. Um, I got into football. Basketball was actually my first sport, but I put the cleats on. Feel me? I started getting educated about football, and I fell in love instantly. I come from a football family. First of all, my
Yeah.
pops played football. He went to college for football. My uncles, my grandpa, all of them got me. Feel me? The football been in my blood, and feel me? Then when I was younger, I seen a. I was. I'm from Chicago too,
Yeah.
so feel me?
I
The,
go,
the
man.
Bears were a little successful when I was a little younger. They was okay, but they back good now. Feel me? And like,
Yeah.
feel me? Love to see it. Feel me? That's me. That's me.
Yeah, you can shit. They couldn't make it over the hump like through the last couple of years since like
Yeah,
1985, but they got Caleb Williams now, Iceman, and we gonna be talking about
yeah. Feel
that a
me?
little bit later in the episode. But is there anything else you maybe want to say? Anything you want to tell the people? Maybe anything motivational or
Um,
just like anything you maybe went through. You know what I'm saying? Like those Chicago experiences, maybe not like you don't got to go on
uh,
depth or anything. You know what I'm saying? But just like
uh,
maybe some things that like maybe could help people not get in those situations. You know what I'm saying?
um, bro. Main thing, bro. 2026. Just stay out the way, bro. Stay, make goals, set them, and even if you don't complete them within the time frame that you want to complete the goals, bro, just keep your goals, bro. Keep your morals, bro. No matter what the principles, stand on them. Feel me? Complete your goals. Rather it take a year, rather it take a month, bro. If it's not complete, stick with it until you complete it. Because at the end of the day, you will not be happy with yourself until you're done doing what you want done for your future, bro. Feel me?
And I
I'll leave
definitely
it at
feel
that.
you. Yeah, I definitely feel you with that, man. And the only thing I could add to that, man, is just control your peace. Like I said in last episode, man, when we was talking to Mitchell, just keep your peace, man. Control your circle, bro. Like I feel like that's one thing a lot of people. I know sometimes it might be hard to control kind of who's in your life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that situation or two, or know what I'm saying? Just like anybody in general, just like. But you gotta at least try to with the least people you can at least can control, to control your peace and make you a better person. Because when you do that, it definitely shows interest and improvements in your life. But Juju, are you here? I know you were gone for a little
I'm
bit,
here,
but are you
brother.
you are
What's up,
here?
brother? What's
What's
up, brother?
good, Ju?
My boy,
My
my
We
boy,
boy.
go, we
Ju.
go. It's good, man.
Good, man. We got the little energy back here, man. But Juju, what is I had to ask you, man. I asked like the same question I asked P2. How did you get in the football? And is there anything like you would maybe want us to know? Like I told them like motivational or like anything you probably went through in your life that maybe you like want other people to go through and like that maybe they can stop your maybe like help other people to like not get into those situations or just like try to avoid that or things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
And who are you? You know what I'm saying? Who's Ju Capone?
Yeah.
Yeah, P2, great, by the way. I wanted to let you guys know that. That's P2, man. That's the guy, man.
Yeah. Feel me?
But Juju, I'll let you go. Take the floor, man. Oh, the floor is all yours.
All right, yeah, man. How I got into football, man, I was probably about 4.5, 4.5. I went to one of my older cousin's football games. I was just watching them play football. The physicality, the fun that they was having as a young football team,
Mm-hmm.
and no, within the first hour, I went to my mom. I said, I want to do this,
Yeah.
and she was scared for me at first, but once I got on the field, I just fell in love with it. I've been playing ball since I was about 5 years old. And I've always played up. You know, always played with the older kids. So when I got to a certain age and I was playing with the kids my age, I already knew more than the kids my age and stuff like that. So I always just stayed on the football field. Uh, when I started watching football a lot, I had to be around maybe 7. Um, my favorite players growing up was Marshawn Lynch and Bobby Wagner. And
Yes.
ever since then, that's all I ever
Legion,
watched.
Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom era, man. All I ever watched was the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Just Seattle Seahawks, and that just became my favorite team. And me just keep watching them, I became a fan of them. I love
Yeah.
the team, and I've been there ever since I became a fan. And I don't think I'll ever change up,
You guys
depending
had
on if we're
yeah.
winning, if we're losing, if we tie every game, like it don't matter. I'll probably always keep watching, and I'll always keep supporting the Seattle Seahawks, man. Um, One thing I could tell people, inspiration wise, is just be yourself, bro. Don't ever fake who you are just to fit into a group. Don't ever fake who you are just to impress somebody. Just be yourself, bro. People gonna love you for who you is, and people just gonna love you for how you are as a person. They're gonna love your personality. Maybe if it's not the first person you meet, or the second person, or the last person, but you're gonna end up finding people that love you for who you are. And that's
I
all I could
like
tell
those. You,
somebody.
my bad for interrupting. I like
Now
those.
you good, brother. But that's all I could tell somebody, inspirational.
Yeah, those are very
But
good
man,
things that you can definitely take from that for sure. Especially being yourself, man. Like, don't be a fake guy just to be in a group or something, be in a setting. Like, be yourself. Like, if people don't like you for who you are, like, you know what I'm saying? We all got
They
a certain
shouldn't be
thing.
around you.
Yeah, you shouldn't be around you, bro. Like, I like wrestling figures, bro. If the people I'm talking to are not like, all right, that's a cool thing to have. Like, they're not shitting on you, you know what I'm saying? Making you feel like less than, like, that's a great friend, you know what I'm saying? And not a great friend, but just somebody good around to have, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody positive. And I think that those are things that are very good in life. And especially when you surround yourself around people like that, you turn more into that. So I think that's very good from Drew Capone, man. Great inspirational words. But
Mm-hmm.
let's talk some football, man. That's what we're
Let's
here
talk
yes,
for.
sir.
football.
Let's
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 talk
Let's do it.
let's
football.
talk about some football,
Let me get
man.
a sip of water real
Hold
quick,
on, hold on.
man, before I get
Before we get
excited.
into it, how do we feel that football is back next month, baby?
It's
How we
it's it's
feeling?
it's kind of great because after the Knicks winning the championship, I feel kind of set with basketball. It's still unreal. It's still surreal, but you know, I love the Jets, man. I feel like that's like my heart. I think it's green, bro. Like my heart is green. Like I've been thinking that for a while. Like is my heart orange and blue or is it green? I love the Knicks, but my heart is green, bro. And at the Jets, like we gotta, I don't know, man. It's horrible, bro. I'm a real fan. I'm not gonna sit here and be like a delusional fan. We're not a good organization at all. Horrible from top to bottom. But right now, we're kind of looking on the up. So I gotta have the hope, man. Like you know what I'm saying? We're getting the improvements, but that's what we're gonna be talking about later. But yeah, football is I'm so happy for football to be back, man. That's my favorite sport. Like I love basketball. I played
Can't
basketball, but
wait.
football is definitely my sport, man. Definitely I think the best sport in the world.
Feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Definitely the best sport in the world. But today we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics, division predictions. We're going to be talking about the AFC East and NFC East, both East divisions, AFC and NFC East. We're going to be doing a way too early Super Bowl prediction, so just throwing a couple teams out, seeing maybe if we know what we're talking about before the season even starts. You know what I'm saying? And then we got a dark horse team. We got 2 sleepers for the draft, or anybody else maybe if they want to talk about, and then we got 2 sleepers for the the offseason, but we're gonna be talking about the offseason in the draft together, not separately, but just giving a brief of what we're gonna be talking about here. The offseason pickups, like just as free agent signings, trade, or anything in general. Overrated pickup in the offseason, and then the overrated draft pick, and then we'll do the sleeper draft picks. I think I said it'll be round 3 through 7. And then we'll do the team. We'll do 2 teams that won the draft, and then 2 teams we think lost the draft. And then we'll talk about our favorite teams at the end. And I think that's what we'll do it. I think we'll end it off right there. Maybe like we'll have a little bit of time, see what our time is at. Maybe do something else. But those are going to be the things on the menu today. First, we're going to be talking about the divisions. Would anybody like to start first?
I ain't gonna lie, P2.
We're gonna start with let's start off with the AFC East. I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off. Let's start off with the AFC East. Does anybody want to?
I think because my favorite team isn't in any of these divisions, I'll start because mine has the most like less meaningful out of y'all two, man. You know,
Yeah,
less
like
meaningful out of y'all two. You know, P2 is in the NFC, you in the AFC, so it's like
you
I
kind of.
think I'll go first.
Yeah, you could go first. Yeah, who do you
Alright,
think's
so
gonna? What do you think the
for the
order is gonna be?
AFC East wise, I'm gonna go Bills first. Simply because like the Bills are the Bills, bro. For the past couple years, they just been really good defense, really good run game. They got great quarterback, you know, MVP caliber quarterback. Um, they upgraded their receiving core this year, adding more to the D line. Just so much that can go in to talk about the Bills and why I think they're gonna be first in the division. Um, Now for 2 and 3, this is a toss up for me personally because of I wasn't really too big on the Patriots last year, simply because they kind of did have like an easy walk, and then every team that they played in the postseason was dealing with some type of injury or some game changer that kind of slowed them down.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of had an easy walk to the Super Bowl versus other teams that had to fight, you know?
Yes.
So I would say either the Pats or the Jets. Between 2 or 3 is interchangeable, but on my list right now, I got the Pats too, just because of the addition with AJ Brown. They got an X receiver. Drake May finally got his guy. Um, they had a decent defense. It's nothing to me personally. It's nothing that impressive to me. Um, I like their corners. Their DB core is really good. You know, they have that boy Gonzo over there. That's P2's guy over there, but the boy Gonzo over there. You know, then the Jets, they have so many additions. They added a lot. They only got better. They did not get worse. They only got better. And then their future is only more bright simply because of how many picks they have and how much young talent they have. And then they go picked up a quarterback that I know he looked bad on the Raiders last year, but that's because the Raiders had no O-line, had no protection up front, you know? So he's going to a team where he has protection. I see, as a Seattle fan, I see what he was doing in Seattle. It wasn't nothing amazing, but for Geno, that it looks good for Geno, and I think he'll carry it over to New York. And you know, I think they'll just have the regular good defense of New York Jets that they had previous years that they didn't have this year, unfortunately. But then they'll have their average offense that they can walk away with 7-8 wins this year, maybe even 10 if I want to drag it a little bit. But and then you know I got the Dolphins at 4 for the AFC East. I'm high on Malik Willis. I'm high on him, but the defense doesn't impress me. I'm high on Devon Achane. Their receivers don't impress me at all, and their O line is a little scary to me. But when it gets to the NFC, I got the Eagles first simply because defense is amazing. Um, they got rid of that sorry offensive coordinator that they had. Uh, and they just have great O line, good run game. It scares me that Smitty's taking over as the wide receiver 1, but they did draft Makai Lemon as the 2. He's gonna do big things over there. He's gonna be like the JSN over there, you know, the slot but can play the outside. He looks like JSN to me. He's a dog. The Cowboys I got at 2. they got 2 wide receiver ones on one offense, and then they got Dak, who could possibly be in the MVP talks this year. They upgraded their defense a lot in the draft and the free agency. They have a top 10 interior D line with Big Q, Kenny Clark over there, 2 vets that know how to stop the run, get to the quarterback. They keep drafting these edge rushers, and they keep signing these edge rushers, and they have young edge rushers that are motivated. They're all in competition, and competition only makes people better. Their linebackers, they I think their linebackers need some work, but they could definitely do a thing or two. The scary part about them was their defensive backs, but they just kept adding. Like I said, their defensive backs are young, they're learning, and then they're only going to get better, you know? And then I got the Giants and the Commanders. I know the Giants added a lot. They look really good, but without Scat and Jax making the energy for that team won't go nowhere. So unless Jackson Scat can't make that energy to make that team good, I'm not really high on them. I know they drafted Arva Reese in the first round, but it all depends what they do with him. You know, if they have him as an off-ball linebacker, I will believe that he will be a top 10 linebacker this year as an off-ball linebacker, not an edge.
Yeah,
but if they have him at edge, that could mess them up, because now you're just stuck with the same old linebackers that's not really going to do anything. And then I got the Commanders. They added, but it's a hard division. I feel like it's just a hard division where they're at, so they're gonna be fighting just to be second or third.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I'm all set here.
I must say, definitely a lot taken in right there. When me and P2 go, we'll do like AFC. We'll do AFC, and then P2 could go, and then we'll go NFC for me, and then you can go. But that was a lot from Juju taking it from there. A lot of good takes. I think I'll go right here with this P2. Do you have anything like thing from him that he said, or?
No, you feel me? I'm holding in what I got to say for
Until your turn. I feel I feel what you're saying. I got you. All right. So I'll start off with the AFC East. I think everybody has the Bills I won. I'll ask you, P2, do you have the Bills I won?
I'll wait till they get to my turn.
Okay, but all right. I have the Bills I won. The Bills are just a safe pick here. I know the Patriots won they had a good record, but I don't know. Did they win the division last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I figured. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I know they won the division. I know they went to the Super Bowl. But like Juju said, I think they had an easy schedule last year, and especially with their team definitely got a lot better going into the season. So I think they'll still be one of those competitive teams, but they're still a little iffy for me. Honestly, I mean, if they make it to the playoffs, they have a good record. I could definitely see it from the Patriots, but I have the Bills at 1. They have Josh Allen. Honestly, in my opinion, I think he's the best player in the NFL, but that's another discussion for another day. And he's in my favorite team's division, so that's kind of crazy for me to say, but I think he's just that truth. But it does depend with him in the playoffs. But we'll see what happens with him. It is what it is. It's football. I have the Jets at 2. Just to be different a little here, because if I was gonna be realistic, I'll probably put the Patriots at 2, but I got to put a little faith in my team. I think we'll go like 9-8, 8-9, whatever record. Just because, like Juju said, we got a lot better on offense, got a lot better on defense, especially because we had no interceptions last year. Got better in the secondary core. Got LaShawn Wright from the Bears. Got Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Dolphins. He was there last season. I was about to say the Steelers. Got Demario Davis in the middle. Got David Bailey. I know a lot of people might not like him at 2, but I feel like with our scheme fit with Aaron Glenn, he's definitely going to be one of those ones in that spot. He's probably going to be like the Aiden Hutchinson of our defense. Not saying he's like Aiden Hutchinson, but he's definitely going to try to play that spot like he does on the Lions, like Aaron Glenn did in Detroit. But the Jets are the Jets still, so I'm trying to put my nice faith and try to be a good sport, but it still is the Jets. But I do see them being a little bit more competitive, at least in games, trying to definitely score on offense because this offense definitely looks promising, especially with Kenyon Sadiq at tight end. Man, honestly, he's probably the best Jets tight end ever already, and he has not played a snap. That's just me. His speed, his weapon on offense, just the way he moves is very silk. He's not the biggest, and he's not really the best blocker, but him as a receiver and a target, it was hard to pass up for us, especially we'd never had a tight end like that. And Omar Cooper, I think he was a good pick, but I don't know in the first round, but he does have upside. He's mostly going to be playing in the slot, especially with Garrett Wilson on the left, and on the outside at least, and then Donnie Mitchell on the outside. Our offensive line's decent. I hope it does improve with Joe Tippmann. The loss of Vera Tucker, it does suck, but I hope this Dylan Parham, not Donald Parham, but Dylan Parham, the guard, should definitely make an improvement for our team. I know a lot of people are hating on that one, but it is what it is. And like Juju said, a lot of people are hating on Geno Smith. I know he was trash with the Raiders, but he's at least a quarterback. He can at least get the ball to our receivers. You know what I'm saying? If he throws 30 interceptions, fuck it. But shit, I think Geno could do a lot better than what Justin Fields did, because I think Justin Fields, he's shown his upsides, but he's shown that he's not competent of staying consistent throwing the ball. I don't know if that's just anything like confidence or anything, but that's just what it is. And we need somebody to get the ball to our receivers, or at least try. And at least try to get the ball down the field and score touchdowns. And then we got Breece Hall. He's a very much the X factor, just like Garrett Wilson on offense. So I'll definitely say that with the Jets. I know I talked a little bit about the Jets, but that's my guys. I got to talk a little bit about them. The Patriots, they made it to the Super Bowl last year. They didn't have a good look at all, especially on the O-line. The D-line it should have been a lot better. Like, their defense was definitely good, like their secondary. But they definitely needed to improve, especially on offense when you lose Stephon Diggs, and he was like your best receiver. And then you got like Keyshawn Boutte, and then those guys. I definitely we're getting somebody on that receiving core, and then Hunter Henry. But you need to improve that offense, just like Juju said. AJ Brown, Romeo Doubs, those are great additions to that team. And the Patriots, I'm probably gonna be might be wrong, and they go win 11, 12 games, but it's just I can't be too certain on them, especially with the better schedule. So we're gonna have to see what that. But I have them at 3. I know, but with the Dolphins, I don't have really much to say about them. It is what it is. They're fucking ass, honestly, in my opinion. But I do like Malik Willis, but I will talk with them more because I'll just say I have to talk about them a little bit more. But I have the Dolphins at 4. You can go P2 with the AFC East, and then I'll go back with the NFC East, and then I'll go back to you.
Okay. That's what I was gonna ask. Like, are we doing you feel me, both divisions and then going off, or are we going division?
Nah, I wanted to go. I wanted to go like just the one division, and then we can go to the everybody just say the one AFC East division, and then we could go back to NFC. But it's all good. I just let Juju go.
Okay,
it was what it is. He was in it. I let him have it.
Yeah, he was in Flow State.
You know what I'm saying? He was in Flow State.
I'll
yeah. What do you think?
For my AFC East, okay. Feel me? Y'all both went Bills. Me personally, I go Patriots at 1, just because, okay, they did have an easier schedule last season for sure, but I think that they're just going to get even better. You know, they got the Super Bowl experience now. They played the number 1 defense last season. They're going to learn off of that game alone. And then, Drake May, I think he's going to progress. I think Travion Henderson's going to progress. They got AJ Brown as their new wide receiver 1. Like Jaden said, they got Romeo Doubs now. I like Keyshawn Boutte. I like Kyle Williams. The tight ends, the O-line. Feel me? And of course, like he said, they got Gonzo. They also picked up Kevin Byard. I like that pickup a lot too.
I was thinking of that earlier. That was one of the pickups I was gonna put on my pickups list, but
yeah,
but Kevin Byard is a big pickup. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah. Kevin Byard is definitely a good fucking pickup, bro.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to see the Patriots go have a season like they did last season, and then they didn't get. I wouldn't say they strictly got better, because I believe they lost a couple pieces other than Stephon Diggs, but they didn't get that much worse in my eyes. So it's kind of hard for me to see them being second.
Yeah.
And then I go Bills at 2 though, just because I like it's Josh Allen. Like y'all said, Josh Allen. Like they're going. I feel like the Bills are going to make the playoffs regardless. Like feel
Yeah,
it's the
like
Bills.
regardless, I think like if anybody want to put a bet in right now, I don't know what the odds are. I can look that up right now for them to
Yeah.
guaranteedly make the playoffs. I think they'll guaranteedly make the playoffs.
Yeah, like the Bills, I feel like they were just one of those playoff teams, but I just think the Patriots just have that division right now. Like I think for right now, it's their division, but the Bills wouldn't surprise me. It's like it's going to be hard for them not to make it to at least to the playoffs with Josh Allen and James Cook in the backfield together. Like then I go Jets. I ain't gonna lie, but I think the Jets, like you said, I think they could have like a 8-9 win season. And you also said that too, Juju. Like I just love how the Jets are looking. Do I think Geno Smith should start the whole season? No, I think at some point Brady Cook should take some rips.
Um,
But I do believe
do you
Geno
mean
Smith
Brady
will
Cook
play
or
better.
Kate Cudwick?
I like Brady Cook.
I'm gonna say Brady
I wouldn't
Cook
be
played a
mad at
couple
Cade
games
Klubnik
last
because
season.
I don't know where Cade got drafted at.
Okay.
But I
I
like Brady
think he
Cook because
was 7th round, I believe.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
if he got
one of the
drafted
later
early,
rounds.
like if he was drafted like fourth,
I
fifth,
love Brady
then I
Cook.
could
I was
see
just
it. But
asking. I wanted to make sure. I love Brady
yeah,
Cook. I love Brady Cook. I wasn't
because
disagreeing.
I like Brady Cook out of Mizzou. Like I
Yeah,
watched him
word.
when he
I
was
did
at Mizzou,
too.
still throwing
Oh,
to Luther Burden. So
Shit, I was saying it last year.
Cade Klubnik was a 4th round pick.
okay, so since he was a fourth round, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get some rips. But I just like Brady Cook. You know, he was throwing to Luther Burden in Mizzou. Like I know it. I ain't gonna say I know because we haven't seen him in the NFL take starting reps or do anything really, as a matter of fact. But I just have a feeling that he can surprise a lot of people. And of course, they just had a crazy. They had one of the better drafts in my eyes, like a top 3 draft.
Yeah.
They just got the tight end. I liked Omar Cooper. Do I think they could have tried to wait a little bit to get another receiver or feel me, and draft something else right there? Yeah, but I liked Omar Cooper out of Indiana. Feel me? He's polished, route running, hands, awareness. I feel like he's going to be a good wide receiver too for them. I think he could take Adonai Mitchell's spot possibly, unless Adonai Mitchell progresses this offseason with catching, because I feel like that's his only problem. It's his catching.
Yeah,
And
but
then that
he was gonna
defense
say he was getting a
is
lot better last year, but it definitely is like his catch up.
like
Um,
that defense opens my eyes. Like the Demario Davis trade, I loved it. Like he's
mm,
getting older, but it's still
I got
Demario
you,
Davis.
Juju.
Like
he's the vet in the room for them for that
yeah, like he's the
defense.
vet on that defense. Like and they have Minka also. I forgot about that. They have Minka Fitzpatrick.
And
So
then
feel
Sean
me?
Wright, your guy, he was on the Bears.
Yeah, Nashawn Wright. Feel me?
He's gonna be able
Like
to take away over that ball. You gonna take that ball away, man.
yeah, and he bring height that y'all had in Sauce, but y'all traded. So he bring that height back to the locker room, back to the defense. Feel me? He's about
Yeah.
6'4", I believe. So
Um,
feel me?
uh,
Then
Yeah.
we all
Juju,
agreed. Yo,
Yeah, what did you have to say?
my fault. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off,
you're
bro.
good.
But what about the Brady Cook take? I'm not disagreeing at all, but we've seen Brady Cook play a little bit. His numbers aren't impressive, but seeing what the Jets had versus these certain teams,
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind seeing him get other reps. Like I'm happy Juju brought that
yeah,
up because he did get some reps. And honestly, I mean, it is Brady Cook. I mean, it is his first couple of reps that you know what I'm saying, but
and the Jets aren't the best
at least they
team with the
gave him a
best
chance.
coaches,
Like if
so
they didn't
they gave
believe
him a
in him, like
chance.
if they didn't believe in him, they wouldn't have gave him no chances. And honestly, I'm not gonna like we could have got somebody out like off the waivers. We could have put anybody else in the game, but we at least gave Brady Cook a chance. Like we're one of those teams that give the whack fucking backup quarterbacks a chance, bro. Like Tim Boyle and fucking Luke Falk, bro. They sucked. but but they at least gave Brady Cook a chance. And I like if anybody knows me, bro, like I was talking about before the season when we got Justin Fields, I'm like, shit, they should put Brady Cook in the game. If we're not gonna put Tyrod in the game, put Brady Cook in the game. And shit, they
I mean,
fucking
his
did.
best game,
And they did. Like they put him in the game. But I mean,
his best
I don't think
game.
he
I
won a
mean, you
game
could
though,
say
but
he didn't. He's 0-5. He didn't put over 20 points, but it honestly,
like I'm not mad at I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's you know, it is what it is. Like I definitely could see it. And that's why I asked.
your
That's
mic
why
tweaked by the way.
yeah, I don't know if he just muted or not, but it's fine. But yeah, that's why I asked if he was talking about Cater. Now I don't know if you like misplaced.
I'm all good.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
His best game was against the Saints. 63 completion percentage. He no touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, unless you want to count the Bills game where he was 11 for 22, 60 yards, a touchdown. But no interceptions. But Brady Cook, it's hard to say what he could do and couldn't do based off where he was at a certain time. At that point, they're in tanking mode. So, and just kind of see what certain players could do. But I did see that a lot of Jets fans are very high on Cade Klubnik, and he's also like he was one of the top quarterbacks in college football. About what was it? Not this past season, but like the season
Yeah,
before
like
that.
not too long ago.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, I'm happy you brought that up because I was gonna. That's why. That's why I asked if you like misplaced them or not. Like confused them. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why I'm brain firing right now, but I do have one question before I get into my NFC East take. That was it, right? Did you go to say that? Did you talk about the Dolphins?
Nah.
Did you have what did you have? Bills at one. I mean, no,
Nah, I
you had
had
Pats at one, Bills at two, Jets at three, and then you
Jets
had
at 3.
Dolphins at
Yeah.
4. Were you done with the Jets?
Yeah,
I'm
and I
not so
feel
sure.
like. Yeah.
You're good. All right. So we could go. Or we could go to the Dolphins.
Oh wait, and I have one more thing to say
All right,
about
cool.
the Jets. They run game too. I
Yeah.
feel like they run game going to improve a lot because, like you said, the O line is very solid, and then they have Brees Hall and they have Braylon Allen. Like they got that
Like
they
that
can be a
1-2
Whiteman?
one-two
punch. That
punch.
1-2
They can be
punch. Yeah, I
yeah.
get
I
what
was
you're
about to say it can
saying.
be that
Yeah.
one. They could be that 1-2 punch
Yeah, we're
for
having
them.
brain
I
farts. It's
believe.
all good.
Nah, it was
First time
it's
having the
not even a
pod,
brain fart.
man.
It
We're
was
having a
just
good
like
time now. We're having a good
nah. It
time.
was
You
because
know
I
what I'm
was about to
saying?
compare them to. I was about to compare them to a specific two running backs, but I'm
Yeah,
not
but you're
doing that
not trying to
because
think that right
feel
now.
me,
Were you thinking maybe
Braylon
like
Allen ain't
Jameer
show me. But
Gibbs
Brees
and
Hall.
David Montgomery?
No, I was thinking more like D Swift and Cal Monunga
Oh,
type shit.
okay. I get
Like
what you're
feel
saying.
me.
Yeah.
But then the Dolphins, I feel like that's
I was thinking more
self-explanatory.
K9 Charbonnet, you know?
Yeah, it's another good
Yeah.
one. Those are like the top three
I
right there.
I feel like with
Or am I missing one?
the Dolphins are one of those teams like they don't have any star power. Like they don't like no names on their team wow me personally, but they do have players that I believe have potential. As Jalen Tolbert, he played for the Cowboys. I feel like he wasn't good for us, of course, because we have wide receiver talent consistently. So he wasn't getting that much PT for us, but he's going to be, I believe, wide receiver 2 for them, possibly 1. Malik Willis, I like the way he played in Green Bay last season. Devon Chain, I believe he's a top 5, top 10 running back 100% when he's 100% healthy. Um, they just drafted the I forgot his name. His last name's Douglas though. He like 6'6" and he ran like a 4.3. I'm not saying he's gonna be
Who the
something
Dolphins?
strictly because of that, but
Yeah.
feel me that you 6'6" running a 4.3. If you can get the shit right on the field, I mean,
You
it's
gotta do
not gonna be
something.
too many people that
You
can
gotta
stop
do
you.
something. You gotta do something.
Yeah. Then I also like that Chris Johnson draft pick by the Dolphins. I liked him out of college. I didn't expect the Dolphins to draft him. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's all I got for the AFC East.
Yeah, that was definitely a solid pickup. I definitely like him. He's pretty speedy too. Like if you
Yeah.
got that name, you gotta be a little speedy. But I do have a question before I go into my NFC. I think this might be because we have a little difference with the Patriots. What is our opinions with Drake May? I feel like that's a good question to ask everybody. What is everybody's opinion about Drake May? We'll start. Who wants to go off with that?
Well, I can start if y'all want.
All right, that's cool. Oh, good, bro.
Doesn't matter.
Take whoever want to take it, bro.
Drake May has I like Drake May. He is my favorite quarterback out of that draft class. I like him. He's a gunslinger. He's not afraid to get it downfield. He was also one of the best downfield passers this past season. Um, he's accurate, but he could also get it on his legs. He kind of reminds me of like a Justin Herbert coming out of the draft, but he looks a little different in the league now. But he definitely could be. I mean, he was a top 3 quarterback this last season, and I think he's gonna continue to keep doing that all the rest of his career, honestly, unless he gets injured or unless his team just randomly gets bad. That's my take on him.
All right, Pizza.
I wouldn't say that he's my favorite quarterback from that draft or the best quarterback from that draft. For y'all know who I'm gonna say, but um, I like Drake May. Like Drew said, you feel me? He's a gunslinger. He has the arm, and he's accurate as fuck. Excuse my language, but he's accurate, like very accurate when it comes to
Nah,
passes
that's fucking
farther than
fuck's
like
good.
10.
That's fine.
Like when it comes to 10 plus yards, he's extremely accurate. One of the most accurate. I believe he had a 71, 72 completion percentage last season. That's not easy to do. You feel me? You have to put the work in to do that. And I feel like he's going to get even better. I don't believe he was top 3, but he was definitely like top 5. You know, he was an MVP convo. Like, feel me? He was top 5 for sure. But yeah, I like Drake May. I like Drake May. Feel me? I think he can bring, if like Ju said, if they stay doing what they're doing or progress, I feel like he can win the Patriots at least one ring before it's all said and done.
Me with Drake May, I definitely like Drake May. He's definitely coming out that draft. He was definitely like one I like. If I was looking at best, he was definitely like the one on top out of that. My opinion's kind of different on that now, but I definitely do think he's 2. I will say, definitely was in my opinion a top 3 quarterback just because he was in MVP talks last season. At least, do I think he's a top 3 quarterback? No. Top 5, you can argue, but in my opinion, no. I think I could definitely pick 5 quarterbacks that are better than him, but that's another day we can discuss.
Yeah.
But
How
he
the
definitely,
season start.
yeah, for sure. But he makes the right decision, man. Like P2 said, completion percentage, man, especially with the receivers you had, that's impressive, bro. Putting it right on the money for them. Like Juju said, he's like Justin Herbert kind of, but a little smaller and just more of a pro style. Like he's a lot more of like, I don't know, he just looks more of like a pro on the field. Like Justin Herbert looks a little funky. Like not funky, but it looks goofy. Like he just because he's big and just like running around with the ball. He's 6'6", so just kind of weird looking at him. But Drake May looks like a pro. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks more of like a quarterback on the field, and he's been one of those pro quarterbacks we've been knowing like since you knew him as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Knew him through high school, even people did through maybe middle school, and like going into college at North Carolina, and that way playing with Josh Downs. That was definitely a connection I was liking to see. Maybe he played one more receiver. I'm trying to think, but maybe. But yeah, that's my opinion about Drake May. I like him, but I think a lot of people do overrate him. Like, do I think he's a top 3 quarterback right now? No, like not at all. Like I could definitely name 3 quarterbacks, but I could agree to disagree. Like people out there, but that's just me. But he definitely was a top 3 quarterback last season because he was in the MVP talks and he brought the Patriots to the Super Bowl, and he definitely was one of those guys right next to Stafford. So that's me with the Patriots. Going into the NFC East, though. Go into this. So my order is going to be number 1. It's the Cowboys. I'm gonna believe in the Cowboys this time. The Eagles trading AJ Brown. I know they got like Juju said. I think who did they pick up at receiver? Makai Lemon. Yeah, that's a good pickup. But I think AJ Brown is just a big of a target. Maybe if they throw in like a Johnny Wilson, maybe I don't know if people might know him. I know you guys do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know I don't know the viewers do. But maybe throw him in as like a big threat. They probably have somebody else I'm not thinking of, but they still got Dallas Goedert. They still got Saquon Barkley. But the offensive line can be alright. You know, they could definitely still be the number 1, and because their defense is 6th, though. You know what I'm saying? But they did lose a couple pieces on defense. But the Cowboys, I'm definitely going to believe in the hype now. They had a great drafted Caleb Downs. That was a big piece on defense, man. They've been missing for years. Somebody in the secondary that can just move around as a professional and make plays, man. Like they had Trayvon Diggs. He was making plays, but he was just too iffy, man. And they had guys like the last good corner, in my opinion, they've had is Byron Jones. And P2 could maybe think of somebody I could remember, like trying to think like Orlando.
You talking
Dan
about the
Rick.
Cowboys?
Yeah, the Cowboys. Yeah, Orlando Starwick.
Trayvon Diggs.
I was just talking about Trayvon Diggs. I just said Trayvon Diggs.
I
But
think
I just said he was too
Bland
iffy.
is cool. I think he just had an off season last season.
Yeah,
But I
DeRon
think
Bland. Yeah,
is
DeRon
cool.
Bland. They definitely, if they're keeping him, they're believing in him. So he's got to have at least a decent season this year. And I definitely like the Caleb Downs picks. I just feel like they haven't had a playmaker on defense in a long time. They had Michael Parsons, but in the secondary and like to make plays. Definitely like Quentin Williams, obviously. And then the offense, man. Got Dak, of course. Dak's always been like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people got opinions on Dak, but you can't be so hard on these quarterbacks, man. Like Dak Prescott, he's a guy that gets there every year. He just has the high expectations because he's the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So I believe if Dak Prescott could play all the games, you know what I'm saying, their defense could play well, they can definitely be the number one seed. They can definitely do it this season because they got better, a lot better. The Eagles, they're definitely going to be my two. Just like I was talking about with the Eagles a little bit earlier. And then with 3 and 4, I'm going to go with the Commanders at 3. This might just be like a technical thing maybe, but I feel like them and the Giants are going to kind of have like the same record. The only way the Giants don't have the same record is like Juju and EP2 said. If Jackson Dart and Scatterboo and Malik Neighbors and then everybody else on offense really get it popping and they start scoring and then the defense can stay up, man, they can go far, but that's just a big what if, man. And they're still young, so I mean, it is what it is. It can happen. They can still have a couple games be competitive, but I definitely have the Giants at 4, but definitely had them as a dark horse for them to maybe win the division. You know what I'm saying? They have a big ceiling, but I have the Cowboys at 1, Eagles at 2, Commanders at 3, and Giants at 4. That's pretty much gonna be it for the NFC East for me. In the divisions, P2 is gonna be last with the NFC East here.
You're done?
Yeah.
Okay. So I go first, number 1, Cowboys. I could be being slightly biased because I also grew up not a Cowboys fan, but a supporter of the Cowboys. Um, Feel me? I just like Dak. I feel like he is underrated, and I only say underrated because I feel like he gets too much hate for no reason. Like I feel like he's consistently a top 10, top 15 quarterback, but people just try to downplay him like he's the worst. I feel like our run game got better. I love Javonte Williams last. Um, like Jude said when he was stating, we have 2 wide receiver one. Not we. They have 2 wide receiver ones. Like they got tight ends. They always gonna have a big tight end that can catch and do things after the catch, be a playmaker. The O line solid. D line improved majorly. I love the Rashawn Gary pickup. We still got Kenny Clark, Big Q, like you said, top 10 interior. I like the Malachi Lawrence draft pick as well. Do I think he was the best edge rusher available or defensive player available at that pick? No. But I feel like what he could be because how athletic he is and because he did produce in college last season. It's not like he's just athletic and couldn't do anything on the NFL, like on the football field, my bad. But he's athletic and you feel me, he knows football enough to, he know pass rush. His pass rush package is better than average, above average, I would say. Again, I love Caleb Downs. No, I love that pick. We drafted. I keep saying we. I'm sorry. They drafted Devin Moore.
It's all
I
good,
love
man.
that
It's
draft
it's
pick,
we,
the
man.
corner.
That's your favorite
Yeah,
team. God
feel
damn it.
me?
When I talk about the Jets, I'm gonna see we. God damn it. And when you talk about the
Yeah,
Seahawks, you're gonna say we. Even when you talk about the
For
Bears, you're gonna say
sure.
we. That's what we're gonna say.
yeah. So, they drafted Devin Moore. I like him. I watched some film on him. He's a very solid corner. Feel me? I like the Cowboys. I just think they're gonna be first. Um, Philly is my number 2, and it's just they do have a amazing defense, but they do have a new OC, so I can't be feel me. Don't quote me on this, but I just don't think they're unless Saquon Barkley have another crazy season like he did the year he first got to Philly. I just don't really see it happening. Like Devontae Smith is now their wide receiver one. They don't have AJ Brown. Mekhi Lemon, like Drew also said, I also believe Mekhi Lemon, like his similarity before he got drafted, his comparison for me was JSN. I believe he can be their JSN, but a little smaller than JSN. But when it comes to the way he played, his play style, I believe he can be there for them and be very good for them. If Jalen Hurts, it depends on the OC and how Jalen Hurts. It's not just all about Mekhi Lemon at the end of the day. But yeah, I definitely have Philly in my 2. Then in my 3, I have New York, but I think New York can be the 2 if Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors end up firing at all syllables. I like the tight end.
Theo Johnson.
Yeah, Theo Johnson. I like the tight end. I like Cam Scatterboo. I feel like Cam Scatterboo is going to come back from his injury. Feel me? The same, because he was never the quickest. He just, you feel me, strong. So I feel like he's going to come back from his injury. Probably not as good off the back, but as the season go on, I think he's going to get back to where he was at, if not better.
Yeah, people are scared to tackle that boy, bro. It's really crazy.
Yeah,
like I've seen the clips, bro. Like the Eagles did not want to tackle him, bro. They did not want to tackle him.
Yeah. Then of course they defense. The secondary is iffy with me, but the linebackers and the D line, I like they have Tremaine Edmonds, Brian Burns, motherfucking
Reese,
they got some dogs. They got some dogs. Too many
talking
names.
About the
names.
Jets D line.
Not the Giants.
Not the Giants D line.
Too many
Abdul
names.
Carter, Brian Burns. They got
like feel me. That D line and linebacker don't win them some games for sure.
I feel like they got somebody at defensive tackle. I don't remember.
Dexter Lawrence.
No, he's on the Bengals.
You're right.
I said this. I just said that too, bro. My bad. I literally just said that.
Shelby Harris, DJ Reader, Darius Alexander, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter.
DJ Reader. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I just didn't want to be wrong. Yeah, it was DJ Reader. Yep.
But then I got the Commanders at 4, and I got the Commanders at 4 just because they got better in the draft, but it's just not. They didn't. That's just a competitive division to me, like. And I feel like they have the least competitive team out of all 4 of the other teams. I mean, yeah, all 4 of the teams in that division. They have the least competitive, in my opinion.
Yeah, those are definitely educated and ethical takes right there, man. If you guys want to really listen to knowledge and really know about this stuff about football, I think this is the podcast to really listen to, man. We really got the knowledge of this stuff, man. We really look in. We really do our homework. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I just said some.
Hey, we could be the worst of all time, but that's up for y'all to decide. You know what I'm saying? And for history and whatever you guys want to say in the future to decide. But we're gonna take a quick break, real quick. We'll be right back with the way too early Super Bowl prediction. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with our way too early Super Bowl prediction. So. This is basically who we're predicting early in the Super Bowl, just way too early, just throwing something out there and throwing a dark horse team out there and predicting a winner of the matchup we just said, and maybe a team that we didn't put on here, but we can see them doing it as well. Would anybody like to start?
I'll start.
All right, P2, go right ahead, brother.
So, I don't have an actual matchup, but I have 2 teams out of the NFC. Well, I have 3 teams out of the NFC and 3 teams out of the AFC. That's cool with y'all?
That's fine.
I'm not gonna get into detail why I think they're gonna my teams. You feel me?
All right. If you at least pick like 1 or 2, are any of the teams that you pick are dark horses, or do you think they're like really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just whatever you think the dark horses are, just explain them, and then that's fine. That's fine with me.
So the team I think got it. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody gonna say the same team. Like, you feel me? The Rams in the NFC. I think.
And also So thank you I forgot about that. And no, we're not trying to pick the Rams. We all know they're the favorite, kinda. You know what I'm saying? But everybody would pick them, so we're trying to pick somebody that's not the Rams. So.
Then my other 2 teams in the NFC could be considered biased but I feel like they have the needs and the wants, and they're hungry. That's most of all. I feel like these other two teams are hungry and they have something to prove.
Do you want to say the two teams? Because I think I know the two teams.
You know, nah, y'all know the two teams. You
Oh,
two
okay.
know the two teams.
I know that. I
So
know the two teams.
I love the Dallas Cowboys, and of course I gotta say Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
I'm being biased slightly, but I do believe in my heart I believe that they can make it. Win probably not, but at least make it. Those my three teams for the NFC.
All right, what about the AFC?
Okay, the AFC. My one, I think the Texans have I feel like the Texans are, in my opinion, because that defense they have the best defense in that conference, and at least from what we seen last season, I can't verify that going into the new season because the draft just happened. You never know if a rookie have a crazy season and make a defense just way better. So for what we seen last season, that Texas defense was disgusting. And then I just think C.J. Stroud put it together like similar to his rookie season, turning the ball over less, making smarter passes. Feel me? I think that team. I think the Patriots. I mean, the Texans can finish the season with 14 wins possibly. Then
So like 14-3.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Then
can
my
see.
other two
Yeah.
teams would be the Ravens. I think the Ravens is possible. Um and I also think you feel me, the Patriots, they another team. I think they got something to prove, the Patriots.
Okay. Do you want to go a little bit in depth and maybe why the Ravens? I know you talked
I
about the
just
Patriots already, so that's why I asked about the Ravens.
yeah. I just think it's like when I just spoke about hunger. Like everybody in the NFL is not everybody, but most of the league is hungry. But I feel like Lamar is just so hungry because it's like he had. Everyone knows Lamar and himself has the potential to be great, but it's just his team that holds him back at certain times.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I love the Jacoby Lane draft. They just got Ted Hendricks. I love that pickup. I think that defense might is gonna be top three or at least top five in the whole league next season. I think that defense can be scary, and I think that offense. They have Lamar. And they have Lamar and Derrick Henry. I think they'll be crazy regardless.
Yeah, I feel like that duo is always gonna be special, man. That's like a Hall of Fame duo. Um,
Yeah.
Juju, do you want to go
We're talking about the
the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl predictions.
Yep. Super Bowl
All right.
predictions. The matchup, the winner, and then your dark horse team.
I have about 2 to 3 teams. I
Okay.
have two main teams that I think will make it for the NFC, and two main teams from the NFC that I think will make it. NFC wise, I'm excluding the Rams from here because that's the most consensus pick.
Yeah.
But NFC, get straight to it. Seahawks and Bears. Those are my two top teams that can make it to the bowl from the NFC. My dark horse is the Packers. I mean, they have the offense, they have the defense, they have the coaching. So, AFC wise, um, it's so hard because there's a lot of teams that can make it. Like on my list right now, I have 5 different,
Yeah. I
but
had five too. I just decided to. Feel me?
I'm gonna have to choose.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say the 5 teams, and then like you could explain like 2 of them, I want you to kind of go maybe in depth a little bit on the NFC teams you picked. Like
Well,
I'm about to say you could go a little bit and your Seahawks later. I'm about to say when we talk about the Seahawks, and obviously they're
I'll
Super
choose
Bowl
my two.
champs. But you could go a little bit on the Bears too. Like why do you think the Bears?
I mean, they have the coaching, just kind of like what
Yeah,
I said about
I agree with that as
the
well.
Packers. They have the coaching, they have the players. They have a quarterback who, if he changes up his decision making a little bit and he understands, like he learns his, he could be in MVP talks. It's the Iceman, bro. He's a baller. He's clutch.
Yeah, that's what I said
Um,
earlier.
The freaking Iceman, man.
and then it's just all about how their defense plays. If they have the D line to get to the quarterback and also stop the run. Um, they lost some of their linebackers, but they replaced them. and then they have the DBs. They take the ball away, so that's big, especially when in the postseason. Get your offense the ball more. So that's why I got the Bears up there.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I
Um,
want before you go into your AFC teams, I want to just like acknowledge, who is that clapping back there?
That was me.
What are you clapping? That better be your hands.
No. That was my hands, bro. That was my hands, bro. I got a little
yeah,
excited,
nah, yo,
bro.
popping cakes, boy. We on to you,
He said
man.
he said Iceman, bro. I got a little excited, bro. My bad, bro.
Bro.
We on to you, bro.
Yeah,
We
and
clapping cakes for Iceman, bro.
yeah, that's crazy. But I will say about the Texans, I don't have them on my thing at all before Juju goes into his AFC teams, but the Texans, like Pisu said, the defense, amazing, man. They have, I think, probably one of the best, if not the best defensive line in the league, or at least the best edge rushers. You have Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. That's
Yeah.
insane. Like that's like you can't
That's
beat
pretty
that.
nasty.
That's pretty nasty, bro. Like your left tackle and right tackle is in def all day. And then you got CJ Stroud, like he's just, you gotta like, he's the kind of like, he's a little bit in the same boat as Caleb Williams with the decision making, but he's gotta like do a little bit more, like a little bit more. Like Caleb, he definitely showed last year, like he's that guy, but he definitely made like a little bit risky like decisions. He was like a gunslinger. He's got to turn that gunslinger a little bit back and more like a field general. Like, yeah, let's go win this game. Let's go make the right decision. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like that, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the youngin comes into play sometimes. But I definitely do like the Texans, especially their offense, Nico Collins. Definitely get a good run game, whoever they have back there. I mean, shit, they had a lot of people different back there.
They got
Willie Woods.
they got bro from Lions, David Montgomery.
Oh yeah, Montgomery definitely for sure. That's definitely a good pickup. But yeah, let me go into Juju's AFC teams. I don't want to go too much with the Texans, but yeah, Texans definitely a team, but it's just not on my thing. Forgot about them.
All right. Teams I got. The Bills and the Broncos are my 1 and 2. Honestly, just because the Bills are due. It's like right now for them, it's like between this season and next season, it's like you have to make it. You have to make it. I mean, Josh is what, 30 years old now. He's a mobile quarterback. His body gets beat up, so it's like you have to make it in the next 2 years. And then for the Broncos, it's like at the top 3 defense. I feel like if Bo Nix was playing in that AFC Championship, I'm sorry, I feel like they flood the Patriots.
They go to the Super Bowl.
They go to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they beat my Seahawks, but they'd give us a better run for the money than the Patriots did.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And then my dark horse team is the Chiefs. They got a good running back. They they upgraded the O line, upgraded that defense. I know it sounds crazy to say they up defense, but I really feel like they did. I mean, they got rid of cornerback 1, cornerback 2, but they went and picked up a guy that knows their system really well in L'Jarius Sneed. They drafted Mansour Delane with the 5th pick, I believe. No,
I'm
not
not
the
quite
5th pick.
sure
I
on
think
that.
it was the 7th or the 8th. It was one of those, but it was a top 10 pick. They draft Mansour Delane. They still got Chris Jones. They drafted Peter Woods in the later round, who honestly should have been a top 20 pick to me. They still have George Karlaftis. They picked up R. Mason Thomas, who's a really good edge rusher, quarterback, and they still have a lot of DB depth. I mean, they have the L'Jarius Sneed, Mansour Delane. They had a really good rookie last year, Noel Williams, who's still there. Cater Kadu they picked up. Looks like they have bodies. They still got Drew Tranquill, Nick Bolton, who are a really good linebacker duo. So that's my dark horse team. It just all depends on if Pat Mahomes is back in time and what type of time he's on. And I think if he's back in time, it's scary for the league because now they got a run game, and Rashee Rice will be back. Xavier Worthy will
Yeah,
be
that was a
back.
big piece
And
they
then
kind of missed last year.
especially if they go sign Tyreek Hill, it's It's gonna be scary for the league. That's my 2.5, 3 teams.
What were your other two teams? You could just name
The
them.
Broncos and the Bills.
No. I'm talking about the other teams you didn't name. You said you had 5 teams on the AFC, right?
Oh yeah, the other
Yeah,
two
what were
teams
the
that I
2
didn't
teams? You could
name,
just name them.
just for like the honorable mentions,
Yeah,
was
just
the
name 'em.
Texans and the Jags.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I was just about to say the Jags. I swear to God, like after I was gonna talk about my predictions, I was gonna say the Jags. Like, don't be
The
surprised.
Jags got the defense.
The Jags got the defense, bro, and the offense, like for sure. Like
And
they
the
definitely can
offense.
do it. They just gotta
And
put
the
it together
coaching.
too, bro.
Got to make
Yeah, I
less
like those
mistakes.
too. How do you feel about those P2? How do you feel?
Feel me? The Jags are a good team and do have good coaching. I just don't think Trevor Lawrence is ready yet.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I
Feel me?
honestly, yeah, like I'm gonna let you go a little bit more if you want, but I think he's honestly the most 50-50 quarterback in the NFL, and I love Trevor Lawrence, but he's the
Yeah.
most 50-50 quarterback.
like-
He like goes on streaks where he's so good, and then he goes on streaks where he's not. But I'll let you
Yeah,
go
it's
in
like
a little bit.
it's like one day you can get Josh Allen out of him, and then the next day you're getting Geno Smith. Like,
Damn,
you just never know.
you had to shut my boy though.
My bad. Well, last year
Shout out
Geno
Geno.
Smith. Last
You
year
could have
Geno
said like Nathan Peterman.
like Geno Smith. Didn't he have a game last where he had like 0 touchdowns and like 3 picks? Like,
I mean, that happens though.
it happens, but like
He could have had
like,
if he had like 5
Trevor Lawrence, didn't he
maybe.
have a game where he had like 6 in a game?
No word.
So did Sam Darnold. But guess what?
He won a Super Bowl. He was seeing ghosts, but he won a Super Bowl. He was seeing the ghost.
Not in the postseason, my boy. He was hooping.
That's what I'm saying. He seen them ghosts when my saving brought him that Super Bowl. But yeah, that was. Anything else you had to say about that? That was it.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Juju, that anything else?
Nah, bro. I'm all set, brother.
All right, bet. Let me get into mine right here. Mine matchup I have is the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Green Bay Packers. This matchup right here is obviously historical. First ever Super Bowl. We got to get it back somehow. The only thing I'm concerned about with this, I do love Kansas City, especially with their additions, like Juju was talking about with their dark horse, Kenneth Walker, Peter Woods, their corner they got. I'm not sure pronouncing his name, but the cornerback they got, he's really good. Still got Chris Jones. Rashid Rice is coming back. I think they picked up somebody else on offense too at receiver, but I'm not remembering. They got Travis Kelce, obviously, and Patrick Mahomes. Like, you can never count out Patrick Mahomes. He's the baby GOAT. Like, regardless of how he plays during some seasons, during some games, he's still that guy, man. And if that defense, like Spagnuolo does, keeps it together and makes those plays on defense, like, if you want to really win, you got to get a lot of turnovers and get a lot of 3-and-outs. And that's what Super Bowl teams really do a lot, and with good defenses. And that's what Spagnuolo does a lot, especially puts a lot of pressure on you. And I think he has a team right now that could really do that coming up in this season, especially then with the Chiefs. They never had really a run game. And now with Kenny Nine, well, they've had a run game before with Kareem Hunt, when they had Kyle Edwards-Helaire. I'm trying to think of the other running back they had. They had somebody else, McKinnon. But yeah, they have running backs, but they haven't had nobody like Kenneth Walker in a long time. Kenneth Walker really showed in the playoffs last year that he can really be that top number one starting running back in this league. And Juju could probably go in on Kenneth Walker a little bit as well because he's a Seahawks fan. He could probably maybe say if I'm right about this, but a lot of seasons with Kenneth Walker, he was just showing he was like 1,000-yard guy and he was still producing, but he wasn't like, yeah, a lot of people were still doubting him. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, is he that running back? Is he that top guy? Can he really be this good? You know what I'm saying? Get those touches. Because they always had that backup running back behind them. They had a couple guys behind them, but they had Zach Charbonnet now. And then now, Charbonnet getting hurt going into the playoffs, he really shown that he could really be that workhorse running back. And then that's why the Chiefs took a chance and got him, because you can't mess up on those guys like that. And Kenneth Walker is really a dog. And obviously, you got Patrick Mahomes, like I said. And with the Packers, man, if Micah Parsons stays healthy, they're different. They're so different. He changes the game. He changes the game for them, regardless who else is on their defense. You can name anybody. They have a lot of guys as well. They did lose some guys, but their defense is still average. If their defense is average, and you got Micah Parsons, you're gonna play great football. He's just a difference work on that football field. And it was. I understand why the Cowboys got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? The value. It's really hard to replace him, but you got to do what you got to do as a franchise sometimes. But Green Bay, if he stays healthy there, man, he's going to be a problem. And Jordan Love, man, a lot of people say what's about Jordan Love. He's inconsistent kind of as well, but with certain throws, but he does make the right decisions. He's mini Rodgers, man. He's like light-skinned Rodgers in that Packers jersey, man. He really shows he could ball. And and I don't know what they weren't doing last year. They weren't running the ball a lot. If you run the ball more with that team, you got Josh Jacobs in the backfield. You got to give him the ball more. Give him the ball. Give him some sweeps. Give him some insides. I know he was kind of hurt, you know what I'm saying? Maybe in the injury. Yeah, a little hurt, you know what I'm saying? A little banged up. But, yeah, man, I feel like just getting the ball to him a little bit more. And then the receivers got to stay healthy, man. They got rid of Romeo Dobbs. He just went to the Patriots, just walked. But they got like a bunch of wide receiver twos. But Christian Watson can definitely be that wide receiver one. And he showed that if he just stays healthy, man, just stay healthy. You can definitely be that number one. And I definitely like the Packers winning against the Kansas City Chiefs, though. Especially with Michael Parsons. I just feel like he's a different breed on that team. He's definitely going to make the impact against Kansas City. Mahomes, especially if the offensive line kind of like is banged up. But that's just a if, you know what I'm saying? But Mahomes really doesn't like the pressure, especially trying to roll out a line, make decisions. And the Packers have that pressure with Parsons. And then with the offense, if it just stays together, scores points on them. But it's going to be hard to score on the Chiefs, obviously. It's going to be a shootout. But I have the Packers in that one. But I do like the Chiefs' chances. My dark horse is the Chicago Bears. I know P2's got to like that one, but the Chicago Bears. I love Caleb Williams, man. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league and one of my favorite players. Nice, man. Man, a lot of things I could say about him. One of the best on the throw runners in the National Football League and probably ever I've seen in my life. People say Patrick Mahomes. People say a lot. But Caleb Williams, man, he really showed in the playoffs. He's that guy. Really showed he's that guy. He had the game. He could have been playing the Seahawks in the conference championship game. He could be there trying to go to the Super Bowl. But why the fuck does DJ Moore not go jump for that damn ball? And I wanted to talk about that with the Bills too, like you said. So the thing with the Bills, they got to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't make it in the next 2 years, they're cooked. But now they got DJ Moore. Now they have no excuse. They have no excuse. But why would you not try to go jump for the ball if you're a wide receiver? That's just me with him. You know what I'm saying? Not regardless of the throw. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it was a bad decision or not, but I just feel like they're still going to be that kind of team, and they're going to be right back in that spot, and they just got to make the right decisions next time. But yeah, like I don't have really much to say about the Bears because like P2 and Juju talked about. But just a little over summary of what I had to say. Chiefs have them against the Packers winning, and then the Bears as the dark horse. That's pretty much it with the way too early Super Bowl predictions. You guys ready for the draft sleepers? All right.
Yep.
This is basically draft sleepers 3 through 7, rounds 3 through 7, and just somebody that we think that's gonna make a big impact, maybe not this season, but long term. Going through the course of his career and maybe have a chance to be a star or a superstar in the National Football League. Who do you guys think? Or not even that, maybe like a good productive player. I'll say that. Would anybody like to start?
I'll start.
All right.
My 2 draft sleepers. I think I like Jamal McCoy. I thought he was gonna go earlier. I know he got injured, but I think even after his injury, he's still either him or Minnesota Lane as the best corners in the draft, respectfully. So I think Jamal McCoy is a sleeper, and
He went to the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
I like that pickup. Yep,
Fourth,
I do like that pickup.
3rd or 4th to the Raiders. So I like that. Then I like that Jacoby Lane pick for the Ravens. I genuinely believe Jacoby Lane can be the wide receiver one for the Ravens, so Zay Flowers can fulfill the spot that he's supposed to be playing in
Supposed to
the
be playing
slot.
the wide receiver too. He's a good one, but he's not
Yeah,
a one
you feel
A.
me?
He's a one B.
He's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver two
Yeah.
/ slot receiver, and I feel like Jacoby Lane's gonna come into and make them better because Zay Flowers is gonna be playing the role he's supposed to be playing.
Yeah, I like those two, man. Those are two good picks right there. Did you
Yep.
have anybody else? That was it?
Yeah, that was my only two.
All right. Juju, would you like me to go or do you want to go?
I'll go.
All right, bet.
My two sleepers, we're kind of both on the defensive side of the ball. The two sleepers, and then I have somebody just to look out for if they do touch the field. You know.
Uh-huh.
My first one is Tacario Davis, Cincinnati Bengals draft pick. Tall, lengthy corner from Washington. The only reason he dropped really is because of injury. But he could play the ball. He could stick on a man. He's tall. He's lengthy. Of course. And then there was another person that was alongside of him. I mean, he was a dog too. Ifeezan Prysock, drafted by the 49ers. I hate the Niners. I do with a passion. But they balled out with this pick. He's another tall corner from Washington. He's about 6'4", 6'3", 6'3", 6'4", around there. Long arms, really long arms. He doesn't have crazy speed, but he has really crazy stride. So he looks slow, but he's really fast.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's a lot of players I like that.
Long strides.
Yeah,
he can keep up with receivers. He has long arms. He can get his hands on a ball. He's gonna fit right in the 49ers
like Sherman.
because he's gonna fit right in the 49ers scheme. They love to get hands on at the line, and kind of just back off, and that's the type of corner he is. He's gonna get physical. He's gonna match with you at the line, and then good luck beating him deep because he's 6'4", and I believe he ran like a 4.3.
Yeah.
So good luck. But those are my two guys, and just a guy to watch for is Landon Robinson from Navy, drafted to Cincinnati.
What was his name?
They already have Dexter. Landon Robinson.
Landon Robinson. Okay.
From Navy. I watched his film. Kind of sent a little bit to P2. Bro, he moves like a younger Aaron Donald, bro. Like, he's powerful. He's fast. He got the hands, Like, and for him to get drafted out of Navy, lets you to win, probably be day 3 pick, or not a day 3 pick, third round pick maybe, or even more. But he went to Navy. He went to a small school. He balled out, bro. It's like he's unblockable much. He's not the tallest. He's not the biggest. He's about 6'1", 6'2", about 300. And bro, he's fast. Hit you right in your chest. He gets right under you. He can beat you to your spot. Just watch for him, bro. He's a baller. That's it. Those are my two guys.
I bet those are two good ones as well. I like those. I definitely like the Dacario Davis one, but the cornerback from the Bengals, tall, like you said, and fast, man. I really love corners like that, 6'4" and fast as a corner. Fucking love that. I could say a little bit too much about those guys, but let's go on with my picks.
I might have lied. Prysock ran a 4.4 on me.
It's all good. At least you heard it say that. This is what it is. All right, so I got my two players. My first draft sleeper is Carson Beck. Carson Beck from the Arizona Cardinals. I think he's one of the most ready quarterbacks in this class. Very experienced matters, especially with a team like the Cardinals that is trying to make that over the hump. I know they got Gardner Minshew, and they got Brissett, right? Still, so I mean, regardless, if Carson Beck does get in the game, or at least in the next couple of years, I definitely think he'll definitely make an impact for this team. especially at Miami. He definitely was showing those improvements, especially coming from Georgia, going to Miami. A lot of people had the doubts, especially going from Georgia to Miami. And he really showed those doubters wrong, going to a national championship and definitely dominating this season in college football. But regardless of him going late, I definitely think he will make an impact with the Cardinals. Definitely, like I said, one of the most ready quarterbacks. He could end up being better than where he was drafted. Basically, trying to say, man, that's a wrap with him, pretty much. And I like his style at quarterback. I really think he's a pro style quarterback, pretty much. And then my next one is Harold Perkins Jr. From the Atlanta Falcons. Just injury that hurt his draft stock, man, from LSU. It hurt his draft stock. Before an injury, he could have been like a first, second round guy, maybe a third round. But his speed and athleticism is still there. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I just believe he could come back from this injury. You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't, he doesn't. But
yeah, didn't he run like a 4.3 after tearing his ACL?
Yeah, like that's impressive,
Who
bro.
we talking about?
Harold Perkins Jr.
Harold Perkins.
Yeah, if somebody maybe wants to get a thing on that.
That's my guy. Love Harold Perkins.
Who wants to be do you want to be a stat guy? Harold Perkins.
Yeah,
Harold Perkins 40. Yeah, but if Harold Perkins stays healthy and gets
he ran a 4.38.
Yeah, if Harold Perkins gets used right, man, he could be a big part of that Falcons defense, man. Especially with those big additions to that Falcons defense.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
The dog.
Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah, how do y'all feel about everybody's opinions with the sleepers?
Feel me? I mean,
Did
they
P2 say
sleepers,
sleepers?
so yeah.
I was feeling P2s. I like those.
What did P2 say again? My bad.
He said Jared McCoy and trying to think the other
Jamal
guy.
McCoy.
Jamal McCoy.
McCoy.
Sorry if I
Lane.
unpronounce names. I'm very bad at that, everybody. I ain't gonna lie.
Jamal McCoy, Jacoby Lane. Okay, yeah, I like those. I was gonna say Jamal McCoy. The only reason I didn't is because, bro, if it wasn't for his injury, he'd be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, that's what he said pretty much.
It's crazy that he dropped all the way to the 4th. I mean,
it was. For sure.
I mean, yeah, he's that guy. I like Jaden's picks between Harold Perkins and Carson Beck, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm a Georgia boy. I have love for Carson Beck. I don't care if he left. It happens. It's good for him. He left and won a natty. He's a winner, bro.
Yeah,
he won at Georgia. He won at Miami. He's a game manager.
You get the job done, bro.
The ball.
You get the job done, bro.
He's in Arizona. They like to pass the ball. They also picked up Jeremiah Love, so
and people know, yeah. I don't know. You're kind of cutting out, honestly.
I am.
Yeah. No, you're good. Maybe for I don't know. He was. I was listening to him. I don't know if it just stopped though, but just keep going. My fault.
But yeah, Carson Beck, he'll be big in Arizona, man. Oh, the Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Trey McBride.
You're Mike tripping, bro.
Damn.
It's like when in the middle
it just cuts out for a
you
second.
say like, damn.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Just keep going, bro. We'll go on to the next thing. We'll let P2 go first next because I gotta figure out still for this next one anyway. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
If Carson Beck starts, bro, Trey McBride, bro, top 5 receiver leader, bro. Facts.
Yeah. And everybody know I was a hater of Carson Beck, bro. Y'all know I used to hate Carson Beck. I used to shit on him. Now that's one of my guys. Like that was me with Tyler Shuck. I used to Tyler whatever however you want to say his last name. God damn it, I don't give a fuck. But I used to hate him too, man. But he grew on me too. So I think Carson Beck's definitely gonna be, especially if he gets a good spot on the team. But that's only if he gets that spot. You know what I'm saying? That could be years down. That could be in a couple years down the line, maybe this season. But we'll see. Next is gonna be the overrated draft pick, and this is gonna be you know what I'm saying? See where everybody's opinion is on this. P2, I'll let you go first.
My overrated draft pick, I only have one. I don't know if I was supposed to do two.
Yeah, no, everybody did one. I mean, if you had another one, you could have done another one, but yeah, I'm only doing one.
Alright, yeah, my overrated draft pick was the Titans. I'm not gonna say I didn't like the Keldrick Folk pick, but it was players like they still had T.J. Parker, The R. Mason Taylor dude out of Oklahoma. They had Cassius Howell. Zion Young was still there. Lee Hunter was still there. Jacob Rodriguez was still there. C.J. Allen. Emmanuel McNeil Warren. It was some guys that was still there in the draft when they drafted Keldrick Folk. Now he could be one of those picks that end up surprising me. Like maybe he fit the scheme more. Maybe they seen something that didn't. I mean, they're the GMs. They're coaching. They drafting for a reason, and I'm where I'm at. But if you ask me personally, that was my least favorite. Not my least favorite, because you want me to be honest, that Todd Simpson pick was probably my least favorite pick for right now. But that Keldrick Folk pick was like, feel me, that was. I think he should have been second, third round draft pick.
All right, Juju. What is your overrated draft pick?
My overrated draft pick for the first round, Malachi Lawrence for the Cowboys. I think they kind of reached on him. That's my overrated pick. I believe honestly they could have got him in the second round. If you really wanted him, pick it up to our second and got. But I also feel like there was no reason to waste a first round draft pick on him when you literally just drafted an edge rusher last year, Donovan Ezerako.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think P2 was talking about it earlier. Like, if he said you feel like you could have just got a different guy at that spot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
could have drafted a different something else.
There were still corners on the board, brother. I think I believe that Avion Terrell was on the board. Colton Hood was on the board.
Didn't get drafted to the second.
So
or did he get drafted later first?
No, he was a second. He was I believe early second for the Falcons.
Yeah, he was early second.
But it's like you could have waited.
Was that your only one?
You know.
I didn't know if you did another one.
Everybody else was kind of.
Right.
I mean, if you want to say, I'm a Seattle fan, so I like Jadarian Price as a player, but I believe he was kind of a reach too. We could have got him in the second round also.
Yeah, but that's like a potential thing too. You know what I'm saying? Any other running back, you can explain that a little bit more when we go on our favorite teams. We can go more in depth with those.
I'm not mad at the pick, but if I had to give anyone as an overrated pick, it would be the Malachi Lawrence.
All right.
Other than the Ty Simpson pick.
You said Malachi Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I know I was talking about this earlier, and I'm kind of contradicting myself. I'm gonna pick Ty Simpson from the Rams. I'm not saying he's ass like at all. I love Ty Simpson, but I just feel like they could have got a different position at the spot. And I know this is like more of a future pick, and I love the future picks. You know what I'm saying? Like people were shitting on the Jordan Love pick. I love the Jordan Love pick. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Jordan Love coming out of college. Like, and I could go on a story about that with Jordan Love, but Ty Simpson. I just felt like it wasn't a good value. Like at 11, maybe like 20, you know what I'm saying? That could have been a decent pick, but at 11, I feel like you could have got like Malachi Lemon, maybe another receiver, maybe another guy on defense, just somebody you could have thrown out there that could have just been a lot better for your Super Bowl run. You know what I'm saying? And like that's a big that's a big like bust risk right there. And I love Ty Simpson, but I feel like he's just a little better than Zach Wilson.
Especially because how stacked I think that next draft class is and the draft class. And Matthew Stafford, I'm hearing talks about him not planning to retire until about 2027, 2028. So, feel me? I think they just it makes sense to me if he was starting like if Matthew Stafford was guaranteed either getting traded or retiring by the end of the
season.
If
they knew his plan, you know what I'm saying, and maybe they do, they do know his plan, and they're not really telling us, you know what I'm saying. This is probably the highest they're gonna get as a draft pick, you know what I'm saying. The shit they just traded those fucking draft picks again for Myles Garrett.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. It would now because maybe they knew they was going to make a big trade,
so
you feel me? They weren't going to have a draft pick to draft
just as value, Just as value alone, I just thought I didn't really like it. I didn't want to cut you off, but what else did you have to say about it?
No, that's all.
All right, yeah, it wasn't a good value pick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was good. That's just wrapping it up the draft thing. Oh no, we could talk about let's talk about the teams that won the draft, and then we could talk about the free agents, and then we could talk about our teams.
Okay.
All right, cool. let's talk about the teams that won the draft. What teams do you guys think won the draft? 2 teams we're gonna pick for both. 2 teams that won the draft and 2 teams that lost the draft. Who would like to go first? I mean, I can go first if you guys would like.
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
All right, bet. Let's go first. I haven't went first yet. All right. So, for my 2 teams, I'm gonna pick the Jets. I know it's kind of sound biased, but I'm going to explain a little bit. Filled almost every major spot, especially in free agency, especially in this draft as well. Especially, I like the major spots impact. And, like, I feel like all these guys have, like, a it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. Like, all these guys got an it factor to it. Like, I've always feel like we always got the guys or just, like, skilled people or maybe people that have potential. But these guys either have high potential or most of them just have that it factor. Like David Bailey, I know he was a little high going at 2, but I feel like he was like a scheme fit with Aaron Glenn, you know what I'm saying? Like I was talking about earlier. Aiden Hutchinson spot, Sadiq, really a baller, Omar Cooper Jr. I haven't talked about this player all podcast, and I'm so happy nobody brought him up. I'm so happy y'all let me talk about this guy. D'Angelo Ponds. This guy is going to be cornerback 1. This guy's going to be a dog. I love maybe LaShawn Wright because he's really good, but D'Angelo Ponds is going to be cornerback 1, in my opinion. Maybe not starting there yet, just of course, because he's a rookie, but he's going to be as that number 1 guy. He's basically Aaron Glenn, and Aaron Glenn's going to throw it all to him. So hopefully he picks it all up, and because if he does, he's going to be that guy. And Kate Klubnik, if he gets a chance, we'll see how he does. But I really like the balance of this draft, man. I feel like we filled up a lot of spots, got weapons. Kenny Sadiq and Omar Cooper got a corner because we need more interceptions and get more turnovers so we could score fucking touchdowns, try to score points on the board. David Bailey, need pressure because we lost Quentin Williams and Jermaine Johnson. I forgot what team he went to. What team did Jermaine Johnson go to? Does anybody know? I don't remember. I ain't gonna lie. I know we traded him, but I just don't remember. But I think that was a good replacement with David Bailey. So I wouldn't mind Ruben Bain, honestly. Like I think that was one of the sleeper picks. But I feel like a lot of people knew that as well. I didn't want to bring that up. Like Ruben Bain was really a very sleeper. Like that, he should have won a lot earlier. But yeah, I just like the balance of this draft, and they didn't just chase that one big name. I feel like we always chase that one big name. We didn't chase that big name. You know what I'm saying? We got the guys that filled the roster spot, and got to actually build the roster. Like you guys are saying, you guys are liking what they're doing, and I actually believe that now. Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we're all fans of our teams, and we're kind of just like hyping us up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Put us motivation in our teams, except one of our friends, Big Mike. We'll bring him up. The Dolphins suck, buddy. Love you, Big Mike. But other than that, I feel like we didn't chase the big name like we usually do. Zach Wilson's of the world, Sauce Gardner. We got we filled in the spots we need with good, impactful players. I know I probably went a little bit long, but that's the Jets. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about our favorite teams, I don't mind us going a little bit in depth and long, because that's the teams we love to support and probably know the most about. But the other team I had is the Saints. I'm just going to name the players. And I know some people might be questioning the Jordan Tyson pick. I understand with Chris Olave being the number 1. But I will say this. Teams that have good 2 wide receivers that could be ones, look at the Bengals. I know they don't really have the team around, but the Saints now getting their money back from the years in debt. And I know they're a disgusting poverty franchise. Let's not say poverty, but they've been on the slump since losing Breeze. With the Saints, I think they're making the jump back, especially with Tyler Shuck. He is the gem of this team, and with these pickups, I'm about to name off. I really like this team. Jordan Tyson at wide receiver. You gotta think if you have 2 good wide receiver ones on your team, and they're 1 and 2, it's hard to guard that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what team you are, it's going to be hard to guard. Is it the best decision? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? You could have won something different, but we'll see how it goes. And I love Jordan Tyson, so that's the reason why I like that pick. But Christian Miller, I love him at defense tackle. I wish the Jets picked him, but Christian Miller, one of these Saints, I love that pick. This is a pick I was going to do for the sleeper, Oscar Delp. going to the Saints. I really love that pick. I think he could be the best tight end in this draft other than Kenny and Sadiq. He's going to be a guy in a couple of years if he develops well, does what he needs to do, because he's a Georgia guy. And the Georgia tight ends are dogs. Brock Bowers. You want to name a couple other off Juju? Because I know you got them in your bag right now. Juju, you here?
Did I just hear Brock?
Yeah, you just heard Brock Bowers. I was talking about Oscar Delp, bro. I was talking about Christian Miller and Oscar Delp, but
You talking about my Georgia boys?
Yeah, what were you?
I'm gonna chill.
Nah, did you have? Was there any other tight ends I was missing? Oscar Delp, Brock Bowers. I know there's a couple other tight ends I'm missing probably.
From Georgia?
Yeah.
Can't really think off the top of my bean right now. I mean, those are probably the two most recent.
Yeah.
Just watch out for next year, bro. My boy Lawson Lucky, he coming.
He coming.
He coming.
Pause. But yeah, I do like that pick. And Alonzo Styles Jr. Definitely like him at safety. Decent pick.
Lorenzo?
Yeah, Lorenzo. Sorry, Alonzo Styles Jr. Yeah. Baron Brown. He's a guy from Kentucky. I like him. He's really good. I think he played at Kentucky once. Did he play at Kentucky last season? Or did he transfer? Byron Brown, the wide receiver. I believe so.
Byron Brown. He was a quarterback.
No. Or Baron Brown.
Baron Brown.
Baron Brown.
He talking about
He was at LSU last year.
Yeah. Okay.
LSU.
Yeah. Yeah. He was from Kentucky and then went to LSU. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I want to be factual here. Athleticism and upside, obviously, just good mix of weapons and depth. And I just like the Saints draft because they added a lot of athletic players and upside. That's just my main points. We said all of our the teams, right? Oh no, you guys are gonna go talk about your teams. Here you go. Yep. What teams do you guys think won the draft? Who wants to go at it, Jan?
I'll go right now just because we had the same two teams. I think the Jets and Saints.
Oh, weird. We had the two same teams. Oh,
yeah.
All right, but why do you think
the Saints? I feel like you just missing a couple names in that Saints draft. TJ Hall isn't the best corner, but to get him in the 7th round, feel me? I like that. Lorenzo Styles also not the best safety, but feel me, quick as God. You feel me? Like speed of light. Feel me?
Yeah, just
and they got him in the 5th. And I love y'all. Well, not y'all, but Juju specifically knows. I love Bryce Lance, and I think even though he's older, I think Bryce Lance like 24 coming out the draft. But I think he's definitely going to be that wide receiver 3. But I think he can be special in that New Orleans Saints offense. And I also like that guard out of Auburn. They drafted Jeremiah Wright. I like him. Ju?
I'm on the clock.
Yep.
All right, boom. So my 2 draft winners, Falcons, Commanders. It's different, obviously. I know you guys are gonna go Jets and Saints. I went Falcons, Commanders simply because they picked a bunch of guys who fell right into their lap. They didn't really reach on nobody. And I feel like they just made all the right picks for their team. I mean, the Falcons, they went and got... Excuse me, my bad. They went and got Zach Branch. Excuse me. Ooh, I'm burping and shit.
No, you good.
They got Zach Branch. They picked up Avion Terrell in the 2nd round. Put him next to his brother. He's gonna be great there. He could play the outside. He could play the nickel. He's gonna get the ball for them. They went and got Zach Branch in the 3rd. Speedster. He opens up their offense. They got Drake London. He's their big guy. They went and picked up Darnell Mooney, I believe. Or no, Jahan Dotson, I believe. That's who they picked up. I love Jahan Dotson, bro. That's my guy. Kendall Daniels, that went and picked up the linebacker from Oklahoma. Very athletic, very fast, very big. He was a safety in college, but now he's a linebacker. He's 6'5", 240. He gets to the ball. Then they have Harold Perkins. Then they drafted an offensive lineman, Ethan Ethan Oniyanwa. Ethan Oniyanwa from Old State. He's big, bro. Physical.
Big boy.
Yeah, big boy.
You like the corner, Terrell?
Yeah, I love him, bro. They
Yeah,
put
I
him, they
think
put
that
him
was a
next
good
to his
pick. I
brother,
think that
man.
was
He's
a
gonna
good
be a
pickup as
dog.
well.
And for the Commanders, Sonny Styles with the first round pick. How could you not love that?
Yeah, that was a good pick for
He's
them.
big. He's fast. He's smart. He's a green dot. He's a green dot player. Then they also picked up Antonio Williams, Joshua Joseph. Antonio Williams, good receiver, good slot receiver. You already have Terry.
Nasty slot receiver.
Nasty slot receiver. He's gonna be another Amon-Ra. You know, Joshua Joseph. He can get to the quarterback from Tennessee. He's a little undersized at 6'3", 240, but he got the long arms.
Yeah, for sure.
Katron Allen. He's a good running back. Put him next to Bill. And then after that, they kind of just picked up a bunch of like depth guys. They picked up a center from Michigan State, Matt Golban, and then they picked up Ethan he's a quarterback. Ethan.
I seen that. I think I
His
looked at
last name
them.
is crazy. His last name is
What
insane.
college did he go to?
But he went to Rutgers.
Oh, Rutgers. Okay.
But yeah, those are good drafts for me. I think they
Yeah,
won
it
the
sounds
draft.
like,
They picked up
especially
all
at
their
Sunny
needs,
Styles.
kind of.
Yeah.
Picked up all their needs, and they picked up a bunch of potential guys. Another sleeper for me is the Bucks. They let everybody fall into their lap. They balled out Ruben Bain, Josiah Trotter, Ted Hurst, Keontae Scott. So
They had a good ass draft.
Yeah, they did have a good draft, especially with Ruben Bain for sure.
they picked a bunch of guys who could come in and make an impact day one. And that's what I love when teams do that. You pick up a bunch of guys who can make an impact day one. You're not kind of just banking on their future. Hopefully they can become this just off of potential. No, I like when they pick up their needs. They picked up the depth pieces that are easily like to where they're going to be able to be on the field, not just drafting guys who won't play until or won't be good for until their second or third year. They can come there in the first year and come make an impact. And I feel like those are the best two teams that did it besides the Jets.
And the Saints, yeah. Yeah, I like that Sonny Styles pick. That was really like he's one of the best defensive players in the draft. TikTok going in the background. It's all good. P2, did you have anything else to say about the Jets? I don't know if you had your opinion about them.
Nah, feel me? Because we had the same
Yeah,
answers.
same answers.
Feel
All
me?
right, cool. All right, yeah. So we're gonna go to the team that lost the draft, and I don't know if you guys had more than one, but I think I only let you guys. I mean, only made you guys do one.
Yeah, I got more than one. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, I'll go first. I thought I'll get mine out the way. I know I said they're one of the dark horse teams, but the Jaguars. I just don't think they picked what they should have. You know what I'm saying? Picking a tight end. You got good tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Didn't think that was a need really. I don't know. Could prove me wrong. You need to finish the exact reason. You know what I'm saying? Got to focus on the value. To focus on them not attacking the right needs. There was just other players you could have picked at those spots. And they definitely didn't just looked like they didn't have a clear path of what they were doing in the draft this year. Just probably just picking and just like what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing in the draft room this year. I don't know if the owner was just twirling up his mustache and shit and it's like combing his hair back, but I just didn't like the direction they were going this year, especially the season that they had, and just compared to what they needed, and other teams just had a clear path of what they were doing. P2, would you like to go?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll get mine out the way. I ain't really got to get too in depth with it, but personally, the I didn't like the Vikings draft or the 49ers. I wasn't a big fan of either. The 49ers actually did make two picks that I did like though, or three. My bad. The price I got out of Washington, the corner. I liked him. I liked the running back out of Indiana, Kalen Black, and then the wide receiver out of Mississippi. The Dejan dude, Dejan, however you say his name. I like those 3 picks, but the rest of them, it's like they were just probably depth pieces. Probably wasn't trying to hit on none of those picks. But the only pick I liked out of the Vikings was Caleb Banks' pick. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like not a single other pick from them personally.
Juju, floor is all yours.
I'm up next.
Yep, all yours,
All
bud.
right. The first team I'm gonna say is the Steelers. I mean, I'm good for the Max Honachor pick. You know, he's an old tackle. Can never go wrong with picking an offensive lineman because you can kind of move
Yeah,
him
you love
anywhere
your
and use
old
what you
lineman.
got. But
You got
because
to.
old linemen are like the most.
Yeah, you gotta love the old lineman. Gotta show them the
From
respect
then,
out there.
I mean, and I love the Jennings Dunker pick because he's gonna be, he looks like an All Pro guard. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's physical. You gonna put somebody in the dirt.
yeah.
I love that pick. But some of these picks, I'm just not. I don't think that they like really took anybody that could come in and make an impact early. Jeremy Bernard in the second. You just picked up Michael Pittman Jr. You still have DK. You're still trying to kind of hope Roman Wilson could do something. And then Drew Allar. You had Will Howard. He's a winner. You knew that A Rod was gonna come back. Everybody knew A Rod was. Um, I'm not upset at the Drew Allar pick, but I just feel like I'd prefer him to go because now you have a future QB battle. You know, instead of having somebody that could step up as soon as A Rod's
Yeah,
done.
because like, what if A-Rod starts playing like ass for some reason, and then they're talking about start playing Drew Atlar, like that's like decision doesn't like
When they have
controversy
Will
like you
Howard
don't
already
need.
sat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they still got
He
Will
already
Howard
sat a
too.
year
So
behind. He
yeah.
sat a year behind
I ain't gonna lie, the
A
Steelers
Rod. He's
did
trying to
make
learn.
like 2 picks that I did like though, other than the ones you said already. I did like that
Dalen
Robert
Everett.
Spears Jennings pick and that Eli Heidenrich pick.
Sorry for coughing, my fault.
I like those 2 picks personally.
Dalen Everett, that's my guy, Georgia boy. Um, I just wish he went somewhere where he'd be able to play early.
Yeah, I get that.
The Steelers went and they got Joey Porter, they got Jalen Ramsey. He's gonna be playing in the nickel. They went and picked up Jamel Dean. So it's like if you have all these guys, why would you go pick up Dalen Everett in the third round and he's not gonna play until somebody else leaves? He's not getting his opportunity.
I think Dalen Everett might be getting rotated. He might be rotating.
Caden
Yeah, I can see
Wetjen,
that.
he's a gadget player. He's about
Definitely is.
5'9".
Yeah, for
He
sure. I was
looks like
about to
he's gonna be
say.
more a special teams guy. Since they lost Calvin Austin. And I believe I don't know if so the pick from Navy, the Eli Heidenrich
Yeah.
or Heidenreich, I don't his last name
Let's
isn't
see,
H.
Eli Heidenrich.
I don't know if he's able to play because I believe he has to finish his service. I don't think so though. I think they have a new rule to where
He
they
can
get
play.
drafted, they could go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real quick. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna comment on that because but
I'll
I
go
like
Eli
him
Heidenrich.
I like him as a player a little bit too. He's quick.
I feel like
But
he one of
he's
those
more of an
guys that you
outside
can
runner,
play
yeah.
him. You can move
But
him
he's
around.
not
He
gonna
can play
play as much.
receiver,
Hold
running back,
on.
fullback. He could be moved around.
Yeah, but he's not gonna play as much. They got Rico Dowdle, Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson. So they
He
got
like a
guys. It's
gadget
just
guy.
he's like
Like
another
move
gadget
him
guy.
around.
I don't know. I'm just not really high on that draft.
Yeah.
No, they
I
definitely
Another
had.
wasn't. I
one.
wasn't too much either. Honestly, I felt like they could do a lot
Yeah.
better too. The Steelers. If we're still talking about the
Another
Steelers,
one
right?
is the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams too.
I don't think they really did a lot either.
It
I
was
mean, they only
surprising too,
had
especially after the last couple of drafts they had.
they only had 5 picks. They went and picked Ty Simpson. He won't play until like the next 2 to 3 years. Max Clare. Um, I'm not mad at the pick, but I believe that there was better tight ends on the board, in my opinion. I think Eli Stowers was still on the board. if I'm not mistaken.
What must say what round did he get drafted?
Second round, 29.
Yeah, I must say Oscar Delp was still there too. I think.
Nah,
Eli
Oscar
Styles
Delp was there,
gone?
but I don't think Eli Styles was there at 29. I think he got drafted mids.
Oh, he got took 22. That's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got took 22.
Oh, good.
But they picked C.J. Daniels. You don't need receiver at the moment. I mean, Keegan Trost, he looks like a rotational
Yeah,
guy.
like
Tim
if
Keenan the third. You don't need deep tackles. So it's like you're kind of just with your 5 picks, you kind of didn't really do anything that could help you win a Super Bowl.
yeah, it was just like a lost cause at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're gonna take a receiver, I feel like you should have just took Malachi Lemon. Like you had the opportunity, but
Yeah.
just like I don't know why.
That's what I thought.
Another one is
I
the
thought that's what they
Jags.
were going to do.
Yeah, that's why I said the Jags.
Jags didn't really do nothing. I mean, I like the Emmanuel
I didn't like the
and the
tight end
Jalen Husky
pickup.
pick,
Yeah,
but what the hell were they doing?
I don't know.
You
That's
drafted 2 receivers when you have a receiving.
I was about to say.
Shout
Yeah.
out them, bro.
Shut word. I didn't know what they were doing. That's why I said the owner might have been twirling his mustache and combing his hair back. I don't know what he was doing.
I like Wesley Williams though. I like that pick
Yeah.
from Duke, the edge rusher. He looked good in the Senior Bowl.
Any last thoughts on the teams with that lost the draft? That was pretty much it. All right, I think we're gonna end it right here. We'll talk about our favorite teams in the next episode. Definitely went on a little bit too long, but still good talks. You know what I'm saying? We'll end it off like this. How did you guys feel about the pod? First time on the pod. How did you guys feel? Like, how was your guys' time?
It was always good talking to my guys. We just gotta enter flow state more, bro. We gotta interact more.
Yeah.
We gotta laugh a little bit more.
No, for sure. Definitely, like, try to ask a little bit more questions, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, once the viewers
just be quick on point
into it, it'll be way better. You know, we're able to interact with the viewers, start going live instead of making, and I believe it'll be better from there. That's just my take.
You feel me? I like it. You feel me? It's just the introduction. You know, of course they're gonna get more personality out of us. Like, and I just right now, you know, it's the introduction. I wasn't trying to interrupt. You know, when y'all saying what y'all gotta say, I'm not trying to ask questions.
Yeah, like we're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all off y'all subject. So you feel I'm letting y'all get y'all shit off, get y'all shit off y'all chest and all that. But you know they're gonna get personality as you know time go by, and then as the season go by, especially because that's when we're really gonna be in tune. Feel me, locked in. But I feel like it was a cool little introduction. Feel me, introduced ourselves, got our topics out the way. Not all of them. We like you said, we're gonna get to the favorite teams and how we feel about them next episode.
Yeah, we can start that off next episode. We can start that off as the start, and then we can have other topics like we had in this episode. We'll probably have another divisions, 2 divisions we could do. But
I feel like you feel me? It was a great introduction
episode. Yeah, no, it was a good. And I ain't gonna lie, I will say y'all definitely did a great job, man. I definitely gotta give props to y'all, man. Y'all definitely did a wonderful job, especially y'all first time doing this, man. It's my first time doing it with 3 people. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the fuck he's clapping back there, goddamn it. But yeah, this is our first time doing it with 3 people, and man, I think this was definitely good, and especially throughout the season, like we said, doing it consistently more and definitely get into the flow state of this and just like, you know what I'm saying, just start being sharper. You know what I'm saying? We'll be a lot sharper. Start getting in the flow of this, so we'll be a lot better. But I think that's where we'll wrap it up. Yeah, we just gotta get used to it, man. That's all we gotta do. But that's gonna wrap it up here for the Call It Quits podcast. Anything?
It's been P2.
It's been P2, Juju, and Pinky. We're gonna be signing off. If you guys want to like, comment, and subscribe.
We out this drum, man.
Yeah, we out of here, man. If you guys want to like, comment, and subscribe, do what y'all want to do. Appreciate the support.
Hold on. Inspirational words before we end it off.
Yeah, inspirational.
I know we're Call It Quits podcast, but never quit on yourself ever. Yeah. If you believe you can do something, do it. Don't let nobody put a single other thought in your head.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, inspirational words by P2, definitely. Just because it's called quits, it's not telling you to call quits, man. Definitely not quit, man. It's just the name, man. You know what I'm saying? It's catchy. Definitely catchy. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Wherever you're listening to this at, support it, man. I'm about to start putting it on Spotify and Apple Music. It's a plus right now. So definitely looking forward to that. But without further ado, we're gonna call it here, man. Appreciate you and Juju, P2 and Juju.
Yes, sir. You feel me? It's been a pleasure, my boy.
Definitely been a
Yes,
pleasure.
sir.
I love talking football.
Yeah, definitely football. They might be here for some basketball episodes here soon. I don't know
Yes,
I don't know
sir.
what the next episode's gonna be. It might be wrestling, might be basketball. We'll see in these upcoming days. But that's gonna do it. We'll catch you guys. Bye. Out of here.